simple recipe, but it's very
It's so
tasty.
simple and everybody's here.
Yes.
Can I just say hello to everyone? And we are actually, we're going to troll you. My kids are hiding on either side of me. We're just about to have our own dinner. So we're going to watch.
Not a
Absolutely.
They don't want you to hear me yelling at them. So
Thank you.
Yeah, you can come here and watch.
Okay, so I think now we're recording. Yeah.
Okay, we're recording, so that's good.
And we have fellow Colombians joining as well.
Oh, we have more Colombians here. That's good. I don't know, Dad has a list.
I'm using the side. It's kind of dumb.
Veronica, you're gonna cook with us. Awesome.
Okay.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, Johnny.
Oh,
Okay, we should.
okay. So we're gonna get started. Yes.
Now can you name out the ingredients?
Yes. So I think we're gonna get started because some of us are hungry or in the middle of dinner. Today we're gonna make the Colombian arepa. Let me just show you a little picture of what that should look like by the end of the night. Okay, something like this. And before you get started, make sure you have your ingredients, which are basically cornmeal, okay? I like this brand, but any brand is good. The one you have, Lisa and Zachary, is perfect, okay? You also want your cheese, and with the cheese, you want it to be queso blanco. Do you want to translate that?
Yeah, that's white cheese.
White cheese.
It's a Colombian cheese that we used to put on our arepas.
Yes, you can find this in any any bodega in New York, and even Fresh Direct, by the way. Then you also want butter. I have about 2 tablespoons of butter at room temperature, and then some warm water. And all of these ingredients are going to come together into a dough. And I just have a little bit of canola oil for the pan when we're ready to cook. Okay?
And
Yeah. So before we get started, Alberto and Paula just want to share some little facts before we get to the cooking. Okay? Do you want to share?
so there are arepas in 4 different countries, but today we're making the Colombian kind.
Yes. Can anyone tell me out there what are the other 3 countries that have arepas besides Colombia? Okay, someone's ready.
Honduras? Is Honduras one?
No.
Venezuela.
Venezuela, absolutely.
Ecuador, maybe?
Ecuador.
Ecuador and
Mexico.
not Mexico, but they do have a tortilla. You're right about that.
I would say Peru.
Peru.
No?
Yeah, Peru.
Peru too, yes. Thank you, Mr. Cruz. And Panama. I think, also has arepa. So basically, the arepa is very common in Latin America. It's corn-based, like the tortilla in Mexico. And then Paula's going to share just one other fun fact.
My dad is from Colombia.
Yes, I'm actually not Colombian. I'm kind of an imposter tonight. I'm Dominican, but we're going to make a Colombian dish that we have for breakfast. I don't know, all the time? What do we eat it with?
Yeah, we eat it with this cheese.
We eat it with cheese.
We eat it with the cheese and sometimes with butter, but it's optional, but we usually eat it with this cheese. It's called queso blanco, white cheese.
And what else do we eat it with, Paula?
Eggs.
And eggs. It's a great kind of accompanying dish to eggs. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is grate your cheese. And I did that in a food processor because it's much faster, but you can also grate it the old-fashioned way, okay? The measurements are very simple. And again, everyone has their own version of the arepa recipe. I'm kind of giving you the one that my mother-in-law taught me. And it's a 1-to-1 ratio with everything. So if you do 1 cup of cornmeal, it's 1 cup of cheese, and then it's 1 cup of water approximately, okay? So here I have 3 cups of grated queso blanco, okay? So Alberto and Paula, we're gonna add 3 cups of this, okay?
Okay, so we have this cup,
Good.
and we're gonna.
You want to do it like that, or do you want me to pour it? Okay. Second. And then-
Maya, while you're doing that, can I ask a question? You mentioned you're using 3 cups. So how many servings would that be? Or how much does that make?
Good question, Paige. I think we can get about 30 to 35 arepas, and you can freeze these. Another little trick. So I say if you're gonna make 10, you might as well make 30, and then you can just freeze them and use them for dinner or breakfast. Paula, can you do the 3rd cup, please, after this one?
This is the second.
And by the way, you can eat this with like a main dish with beans. People in Venezuela like to stuff chicken and shredded beef. It's all delicious. We're just doing like the breakfast version. Here, Paula.
And you're going to do the last one. Then we'll move on to the next one, right?
Mhm.
Where is Paula?
Actually, now, and this is
So that's
our
good.
first. So now.
So that is our 3 cups. And now we're gonna do about 3 cups of water, okay? Because we're doing, hi Luke. We're doing 3 cups of cornmeal.
Should I show that closer?
Yeah.
3 cups of cornmeal.
That's about it.
It looks like a lot, but it starts absorbing the water. Ooh, can you get me some salt and stuff, please?
Well, you got that. What was the need salt?
No, more than salt is fine.
Oh, okay.
And then I just
Here's
like,
the one.
thank you. I like to dip the butter in warm water.
Yeah, I don't like sitting like this.
Yep. Please mix powder. Thank
Thank
you. So as she's mixing,
They
you
can't.
kind of are gonna eyeball the water here a little bit, okay? Do you see how it's very sticky and Paula can hardly mix it? I'm just gonna pour in a little bit more water. This is the hardest part of the arepa. It's just finding that right consistency. Very good, and remember.
So Maya, did you put 3 cups in already of water?
Yeah, I did, but I kind of eyeball the water, okay?
So now you got that.
So I think we need more water, and then here I'm gonna add a pinch of salt. Again, eyeball. Carla, you want if you can.
Maya, if you don't have the queso blanco, can you use mozzarella or?
So a true Colombian would say no. But
Correct, say no.
my friend who's Venezuelan, we were over her house a few weeks ago, and she just used Parmesan cheese because she had nothing else. So you can always improvise, but it is better with queso blanco. Good job. Very good.
Readily available. You can get that anywhere.
Okay.
I don't have it in my pantry today.
You don't have any ingredients.
It smells
You just
wonderful.
take it out now.
Yeah, okay. So now we're gonna take it out.
Incredible.
Yeah, and this is the point where now we're gonna work
With our hands. Yeah.
Okay, and as they're working with their hands, this is where Alberto and Paula really come into hands.
We're gonna make the
Sit
flat.
down real
I'm actually gonna.
quickly.
What?
Yeah, it needs more water, hang on.
It's gonna need a little bit more water. It's a little bit more water.
So remember, we still put a little bit of water in the center.
Now, how are you mixing now? It's not in the board.
Excellent.
Kind of go like this.
How it's squirting now.
Okay, if you get too much water, which is kind of what we have here, you could just add a little bit more cornmeal, okay? Yeah, this is too watery, I think. I don't know, what do you
So
think?
we're gonna squirt a little bit
Good.
of water out and
Okay, so
now
let me,
we're gonna start.
déjame amasarlo.
Okay.
Déjame amasarlo, Alberto.
Okay.
And then you'll do, hang on, let me.
Now it's in a big fat ball.
Yeah, but
That's good. That's good. That's a
You
good
think that's good?
consistency.
Okay.
Now, another thing you want to do here before you start building your arepa is just oil your hands a little bit. Paula.
I don't want to do it.
No?
You
No.
kidding me?
Just oil your hands.
I don't want to put
No?
oil on my hands.
Okay, okay.
No,
Or
I'm
not.
not gonna oil my hands.
Okay, okay,
Put oil on your hands.
okay. It's just so that it doesn't stick to you. Paula.
I don't really want-
Okay, okay.
This is actually taking a risk, but anyway, I'm gonna take it.
Okay, and now
We have this.
you can also taste it, okay? This is another thing. There's nothing raw in here, so you can taste it for salt.
No, Alberto, no. Not like
that's
that,
too
not like
much.
that. That's it.
Next,
It's a little bit low on salt, but that's healthier, I think. Okay. Okay, do you guys want to start?
Yeah, you're gonna start making,
this is the best part.
yeah,
Now we're gonna start working with our hands, and we're gonna make flat circles like this, and these are gonna eventually like dry up, so they're not gonna be like so squishy.
that's very good, Alberto.
And you don't
I
wanna
think they're a
make
little
them,
too wet.
and you don't wanna make them too big or too small. You need to make them the right size.
Yeah, and if they're too wet, you can use a little bit of cornmeal to kind of dry them out.
But they're gonna be on the oven.
Revuélvelo otra vez.
Okay.
All right, let me just get in there one more time.
Stick. Oh gosh. Now this one is stick.
Stuck. Okay.
Mom, I made one.
Okay,
I didn't make one, I just made.
so here, Paula, so that it doesn't stick, we can
How
oil.
big do we need them again?
Also, make sure you have a very clean kitchen counter, as you can tell.
How big do we need them again?
You can make them probably as big as your palm, okay?
Oh, my palm? Oh, okay. My palm is super big. Every time we make them,
So you start
you know what your palm
with a
is.
little ball,
Yes.
okay? And you kind of just massage this stress ball. And then you start patting it. So you're really just patting it with your palm, like this. And it's like that, okay? So I'm gonna get my pan warmed up here. Okay, and you just like very, very lightly grease it,
Yeah.
very lightly. Because you're not frying this, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks great, Alberto. Okay.
Yeah, this is not fried or anything.
Oh, do you want to make a bigger arepa? Okay, that's what it should look like, the arepa. This is mine, this is my son's. Paula's making hers.
And I'm gonna make another one.
It kind of has like a Play-Doh consistency.
Yeah. Something like play.
Any questions while we're getting this
Yeah.
pan warmed up?
What do you eat them with? I know they have cheese in them, but what else do you eat
Great
them?
question.
Well,
Do you want to answer? Yeah, go for it.
you can eat them like with a main dish or other things because you can eat them as a main dish, but you can also eat them with other things. Like my mom was saying earlier, you can eat them with beans. Sometimes you eat them with butter.
Mhm.
It can come with a lot of things together, so you can eat them with a lot of things.
Or for breakfast.
Or for breakfast, yeah,
Like eggs and
we
vegetable.
usually eat it for breakfast, but some people also eat it for brunch or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Paula, what do you like to eat your arepa with?
Plain?
Plain? Some people just like to eat it plain. I think this is like,
bread.
yeah, like bread or like quesadilla, you know? Kind of like it's versatile. Very good, Paula. Very good.
Yeah, it's amazing how corn is incorporated into so many cultures. So
Yeah.
like in the southern, so I grew up in the South in Atlanta, and cornbread was a staple with meal, and that's made with cornmeal and milk and eggs And so very similar.
Well, an interesting fact about corn, the art historian that I am, the word corn, maíz, actually comes from the Taíno word maíz. And Taíno is where the native inhabitants of the island of the Dominican Republic where I'm from. So from there, it kind of became the staple of the American continent, I think. Yeah, it's a little bit stuck. Hang on.
Yeah, how thick do you make them? I can't see the thickness.
That is a good question, Maria.
Wow.
I don't know. Can you zoom in?
Yeah, like I would say half an inch, less than half an inch. It has to be less than half an inch.
If you want to stuff these, make them thicker. And if you're not going to stuff them with anything, just make them like
Skinny.
yeah,
Yeah,
skinny. That's a good word.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
And they should be the size of your palm.
Okay, this one is
My palm is small,
sticky.
so yours might be small.
Okay, guys.
So
Now, since
there you go.
you're making these so fast, what I do is that I bring out a tray, and then they just put them in the tray, and
Now you
this.
forgot the oil.
Oh yeah, good job, Olga. You're paying attention. This tray I pop in the freezer, and those are the ones that we'll have later. Okay?
Yeah, but we're gonna have a few today.
Yeah. Hopefully, if all goes well, we'll be eating something like this.
Maya, I have a question about what you, how you cook them. Do you need like a heavy cast iron skillet? Can it be just any skillet? This came up at the Dutch apple pancake night. We were talking about the importance of the right cookware. Is there a specific?
No, this is so universal. Like, I don't even know what I'm using now in all clad, but I've used IKEA like pans, and it's fine because you're not even frying it. You know, it's not. There's no deep fry. The temperature's fairly low. I'm high now because I just want them to get a little crust.
Now we have the crust.
Yeah. So now they're starting to develop a crust.
Hey, that one looks just like the one in
So
the
see,
picture.
that's the kind of crust you want to start developing. That, if you can see it.
Now I'm gonna flip them.
Yes.
It almost looks like a pancake, right?
Yeah, it's like a corn cheesy pancake.
And yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Or even like a bake.
What was that?
Or like a bake, but used with flour rather than cornmeal. It's called a bake.
Oh, exactly. So if you can see my pan, that's kind of what you want it to look like. And once you've gotten that golden crispy
I'll
exterior,
move the camera.
then you can lower your heat a little. Okay. It's kind of like a grilled cheese, but so much better. Good job, guys. You're working really hard there.
Maya, in Colombia, we have different varieties of arepas. In different regions, we have different kinds of arepas. Alberto, I don't know if you can testify to that, but from where I'm from Bogota, from the capital city, it's very similar to what you're doing. But if you change regions, then you have different seasonings, the flour changes,
Absolutely.
multiple varieties.
Completely agree. Very, very different versions of the same principle.
Right. So, like, I tasted the one from Medellin, and that has no cheese, I think, right? It's thinner and it's crunchier.
Where's this one we're making from?
I don't know. Is this more Bogota?
Yeah, I don't know. Like the standard. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, maybe Bogota or maybe Cali.
Now, if you want a challenge, you guys want a challenge, you could make your own cornmeal. Okay? Do you want to speak to that? Because he actually did it.
Yeah.
There was an article in the New York Times about a Colombian trying to do arepas in New York, the real arepas. So what you do is that you buy popcorn, like the corn that you use to make popcorn, and you let it, what do you say? How do you say that? Soak in water for 2 nights. And then you use an actual meal to. Oh no, never mind. And then you boil it for like 4 hours, and then you make the meal, and it's amazing. It's actually like the actual.
That's
arepas.
the real arepa, because there you're eating the fiber of the corn. This is obviously processed and probably even bleached, who knows? So, but that's quite an investment.
That's like 2 days making arepas.
I'll tell you right now. Okay, so these should be ready.
Very soon.
Hi, Alberto.
Hi, Levi.
Hi, Alberto.
Hi, Levi.
Hi, Levi.
What we're making and how to make them.
Okay, this is hot. So just
We'll try next week.
Okay.
Wait, that's
You like
Amaya,
that bread with cheese?
excuse me, Amaya.
Yes, I'm
How do you make them?
What do you put inside?
What do you put inside of them, and how do you make them?
Great question. Answer Emerson. What do you put inside?
You can put white cheese in.
You wanna go fit? You want that table?
Earlier, but we held up like that cheese, and that.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
And that is actually the traditional one we use to put our arepas on, but and that's what we put inside it. That it's called queso blanco, and
Thank you.
white cheese.
Thank you.
Of course. Thanks for asking. Okay. So, giving them
Maya, I'd like to know how Veronica, look at Veronica's.
Oh,
How you do, Veronica?
So these are with yellow corn.
Wow.
What?
All right.
But I'm done.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Oh my God, they look better than mine, Veronica.
They look
Oh
good.
yeah, sure.
Wow, Veronica made them.
I know, that's amazing.
That is great.
Okay.
Great job,
They're
guys.
very hot, but we're gonna wait 5 minutes and then try them.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Oh, they're gonna
Thank
be
you.
delicious, I promise.
So now, Veronica, it's our turn to place the order. Do you do takeout?
Then I am soaking your coffee.
Thanks, Jen. I'll visit you anytime too. Seen those pictures.
That about because I'm touching you.
Okay.
How much are we gonna make?
Excuse me, Maya.
And
Gonna go back.
Why don't you go?
Yeah, but stay away because this is very hot now.
You know what Jody said, Alberto?
Excuse me.
Oh, Jody, when you make this recipe, please send us a picture, okay?
Miss Maya, can I ask you a question?
Yes, Mr. Luke.
My mom is making the same thing that you're doing.
Nikisha, please, I would like to see.
Okay, wonderful. A little behind, but I'm coming. I'm mixing the dough.
No rush. No rush. Okay, Paga. I think you're going to be getting at it.
Again.
Wow, that cooks faster than any other dish.
Yeah, I think this is.
That's so cool. I just
Wow.
Looking good.
Okay, this is a piece. What?
What's up?
What do you think?
Yeah.
You think they're ready?
Yeah.
I would maybe las ganas de casa. Sácalas.
No, tranquilo,
Can we go to Dr. Mariah?
Okay.
Mom, can you go to
Shoulder?
Dr. Mariah's?
Yes. 1 second. Okay. Let me wash my hands. Sorry.
Mommy, can you go to Dr. Mariah? Ah,
Okay, so I'll show you our arepas.
they look a lot like Veronica's.
That's kind of what they should look like. Okay, Lisa and Zachary, do you want to share with everyone what they taste like?
so good.
They taste good.
Those are cool.
They taste kind of sticky.
Say that again, Lisa?
Yeah, you can hear it. And cheesy.
Yeah, cheesy. Yeah, kind
Cheesy.
of like a cheesy bread. Okay. Okay. These are small ones. Do you want to try them?
Those are the small.
Oh, they're gonna be hot. They're gonna be hot. Hot, 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 hot. Hot, 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 hot.
Slowly.
Slowly. Okay, and these are the ones that I'm gonna freeze. Okay? So I don't want it to go to waste, so I just freeze them and pile them, and then you just have them for breakfast. How is it?
So you freeze them before you cook them, or
Yeah.
are those cooked?
Yeah, before you cook them.
So they're not-
Because the only thing that tears just cheese and cornmeal, so technically it's not raw, you know? And that way you can get the crispy exterior and the cheesy interior. And this with like eggs is, I think,
Great.
yeah, it's pretty good and it's hearty. I mean, it's gonna fill you up, probably more than like bread. How is it?
Good but hot.
Good but hot, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the consistency you want is crunchy outside, gooey, and soft inside. I'm gonna pop this in the oven. Okay. Yeah, so
Okay, so you should.
that was it. It's a very simple recipe, and like I said, everyone has their
Yes,
own
yes.
version. So as you're teaching with it, Nikisha, how are you doing?
My dough is still not forming like it's.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Did you oil your hands a little bit? Maybe some oil so that it doesn't stick to your fingers.
Okay. That's what I'll do.
This is what it should look like, everyone.
Yummy, can I have one? I don't wash my hands.
Okay. Okay, you can eat it there. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Any
Amy, I can freeze it too. What a good idea.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Any other questions or comments?
They look delicious.
They do.
They are delicious.
They're kind of addictive, you know, you kind of keep on nibbling at these and they go well with practically anything. So
Okay.
yeah, you can have that. Just use your plate.
Yeah, now I have a big one. I'm Shout and I'm Wow.
Great.
Thank you, Maya and
So
family.
thanks for coming and joining us in our house to make arepas. Tomorrow night we have empanadas from Chile, which sounds also delicious. I look forward to that one.
Thank you.
And we have a Jewish cacio e pepe. Am I forgetting anything else? Halar?
So far, that's all we have lined up, although there are a couple people that are on the fence as to whether or not we're going to have it Thursday. We do, we'll let you know. And
Great.
everybody is welcome to join in.
Thank you
Thank
for joining. Bye. Adios.
Thanks, Maya.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Alberto.
Bye.
Bye.